And we're gonna play Higurashi when they cry. We're back by popular demand. AK, you guys wouldn't stop asking me about it. But sometimes I like to play different VMs, you know? That are shorter and not over 1,000,000 words. Oh my god, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? It is me, the evilest VTuber, and I didn't change my model from last time because I'm lazy. Hi. Let's see, what does this have? What is that one? Ooh, hatu. This one has like hotkeys on them. Grumpy. I'm grumpy. What's this one? Let me make myself bigger. Out in the field with the Higurashi. Anyway. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're doing a VN. If my audio is weird, let me know. I feel like it kind of is. Am I getting like an echo? Hold on. No, but it sounds like one in my head. Cause the thing is loud. Hold on, let me check. If it's even open? John Hughes. Baka. Yeah, that's an echo, but that's not an echo, but I can hear it in my head. And it sounds weird. I can't believe you guys listen to this voice for so long without going crazy. Water. Okay, we're gonna play this shit. I forgot where we were. All I remember was that we were playing as Mion, and that Mion is better than Shion. Right? Right, guys? I'm not lying. I lied like I breathe. Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah, we were at the baseball. Shit, we were at the baseball. Debatable? We can debate this all day. Oh no, my freaking face is too big. There we go. I mean, it's smaller, like a true guinea pig. There we go. Yay! Usually I'm over here. But because of my current PC setup, I look this way to look at chat, and then I look this way to be near the mic, so it kinda... Yeah. Hi, Sana-sana, how you doing? So we're gonna hide in this corner. And nag with your... Shut up! I'm a guinea pig, you stupid! Where's the angry thing? I'm a guinea pig! I'm a guinea pig! I'm a guinea pig! Okay, back to what were we doing?
What?
Thwack.
The ball flew to the left, but the left fielder managed to catch it. It seemed that the relationship between Satoko...
What? 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 That's kind of cute sounding. I am an egg, a fuzzy little egg. Thank you. Anyway.
It seemed that the relationship between...
Why does it sound weird to me? Hold on. What if I moved my mic in a position that isn't stupid? And moved it so that... Because you know, your mic... The recording thing is like the microphone is in a certain position. The best position. See if I talk over here? What is that? You can't hear me as well as I talk over here. Anyway, where am I? Over here.
It seemed that the relationship between Satoko and her aunt had gotten worse lately. It was obvious from his sickness. It was obvious his sickness had something to do with that.
おばさんがかなり大人げないいじめ方をしているらしいんです。
Oh yeah, so this is before. This is when we're in the timeline right after Shion. Shion escapes her convent that her grandmother sent her to. And now we're back home. But we do not want... We're pretending to be Mion, but we're Shion a lot of the time. Okay. Okay, put the mic on your head. I wish I could have the mic like hanging up here so that I don't have to fidget with it all the time. But that needs an entirely different setup than what I got. Okay.
Their aunt is bullying Satoko-chan in a terrible way.
さとこちゃん、本当にかわいそうなくらいにボロボロになって。
She's become worn out after all of that.
何しろ聞いた。
で、
So...
それをかばうサトシ君もボロボロになっているということですね。
Satoshi-kun is all worn out from covering for Satoko, isn't he? I wasn't interested in Satoko, so I switched the subject back to Satoshi-kun. I didn't know much about Satoko. I knew that she was a big part of Satoshi-kun's life, but I'd never been interested in her until today. She must have been building up self-esteem and taking care of her unreliable brother. That's all I knew about her. But considering Satoshi-kun's personality, even that goofiness of his might have been an act. Maybe he was trying to make her feel good about herself by letting her take care of him. If only unconsciously. When he's alone, he's surprisingly strong. I realized that only recently. So I couldn't help but think that his whole life is constantly affected by Satoko. Satoshi-kun managed to get along with his stepfathers. Really, even though he experienced some stress. He was even getting along with his aunt. But in order to protect Satoko, he always had to step in and suffer. I didn't really know anything about Satoko, but I had to admit, I felt hostile toward her. We're getting the juicy shit now. I felt jealous because she was monopolizing him.
最近、さとこちゃんへのおばさんのいじめがだいぶエスカレートして
But
るみ
why
たい
are
です。
they attacking Satoko? So he gets along with them? But Satoko doesn't? I wonder why that is.
It seems that their aunt has been tyrannizing Satoko-chan even more lately.
サトシ君の体調不良もそれに比例しているんでしょうね。
That must be causing Satoshi-kun's sickness. Yuri heaved a sigh. As he said, Satoshi-kun had been absent a few times lately. He seemed a bit tired, too. He looked normal when around everybody else, but he looked a bit depressed when he was alone.
監督はストレスに押しつぶされそうなサトシ君を救うため野球に誘ったんですよね。
Man, this sucks now that I'm thinking about it. Didn't they also say in the other chapter that she was a liar? Satoko was a constant liar, lying about things? Like boy who cried wolf kind of shit?
So you invited him to join the team to relieve his stress, didn't you?
ええ、
Yes.
そのつもりでした。
That's right.
こうして野球をやっている今、
But he looks stressed again now.
またストレスに押しつぶされそうになっているサトシ君に今度は何を誘えばいいんですか？
How can we save him this time?
Nerd.
どうすればいいんでしょうね。
Only nerds wear glasses.
I don't know. Irie smiled powerlessly. I couldn't help feeling a bit disappointed about that, because Satoshi-kun put his trust in him.
内緒にしてくださいよ。
Just between you and me.
実はですね、サトシ君、
Satoshi-kun recently told me
チームを抜けたいってそう漏らすんですよ。
that he
最近。
wanted to leave the team.
どうして？
どうして How come?
疲れるからだそうです。
He claimed he was tired of it.
というのは表向き。
That's what he said.
サトコちゃんと一緒にいる時間を増やしてあげるためじゃないかと思ってます。
But I believe he actually wants to spend more time with Satoko-chan.
サトシ君は
Really?
野球をしている間、サトコちゃんがおばさんにいじめられているかもしれない。
He thinks that Satoko-chan might end up being tortured while he's at practice.
その時、サトコちゃんのそばにいられないことが
I think he's concerned
兄と
about
して
that.
辛いと
Really? Really?
そう思っている。
I can't listen anymore. That I'm a bit pissed off.
I was left speechless for a while. Satoko again. Satoko. Why did Satoshi-kun have to sacrifice so much for her? Just by ignoring her, his stress would melt away. Of course, I knew he couldn't do that. If that were the case, then the blame lay with his little sister. I knew how badly she'd been treated. But that only happened because she made things worse for herself. It was her fault that she couldn't establish a decent relationship with her aunt. If Satoko were more mature like Satoshi-kun, her home life wouldn't have gotten so bad. Satoshi-kun wouldn't have to suffer those indirect blows. In the meantime, the baseball team's practice match had become one-sided. It wasn't even worth watching anymore. The members of the losing team were just goofing off. The sky had turned cloudy, too. It was depressing. It didn't look like it'd rain soon, though. The gray sky hadn't brought along any cool air. It just felt disgusting. Irie became quiet. He was looking down around his feet. I, meanwhile, just stared at Satoshi-kun. To me, he didn't look active anymore. He was once able to enjoy playing baseball, and he felt fine. But he got sick again, just because the relationship between Satoko and her aunt had deteriorated. I couldn't help but say it.
サトシ君をどうこうするってより、サトコをどうこうする方が先決では。
Shouldn't we do something about Satoko instead? It was just a murmur, but Irie definitely caught it.
それはどういう意味ですか、
What?
園崎さん。
What do you mean, Sorozaki-san?
別に難しい話じゃないです。
It's not that complicated.
サトコがしっかりしてくれれば、サトシ君に迷惑をかけることもない。
If Satoko were stronger, Satoshi-kun wouldn't have to deal with the stress.
サトコがそもそもの原因であるってことが言いたいだけです。
I think Satoko is the cause of everything.
うん、そんなことは。
I don't know about that.
でしょ？
Yes, you do.
だってサトコがトラブルからサトシ君はそのトラブルに介入して矢面に立たなければならないんでしょ？
Dude, she's mad. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. If she didn't cause any trouble, he wouldn't have to step in, would he?
でその結果、本当は買わなくて済んだおばの喧嘩まで買ってるわけでしょ？
He wouldn't have to take over in a fight between Satoko and her aunt, right? Satoshi-kun never got scared of any trouble. No matter how formidable the enemy, he'd bravely stand up to protect the weak I knew that because I could vividly imagine it. Whenever their aunt chides Satoko, Satoshi-kun steps in to protect her. The aunt probably didn't like it. Though Satoshi-kun didn't have to fight, the aunt would attack him anyway. The fight would then be between the aunt and him. Satoko might then tease the aunt by sticking out her tongue, hiding behind his back, and pretending to be scared. She'd never think about how deeply he was being hurt. Because of Satoko, Satoshi-kun had become cornered and stressed.
園崎さん、あなたがそんな言い方をする人だったとは驚きです。
I'm surprised to hear this from you, Sonozaki-san.
あなたは聡子ちゃんのお友達でしょ？
I thought you were Satoko-chan's friend, her classmate.
お姉さん的な立場でしょ？
A big sister kind of figure.
普段も学校で聡子ちゃんを慰めたり励ましたりしてるものだと思ってました。
I thought you'd always be on her side.
なのにそんな言い方をするなんて
But what you said is
正直驚いています。
surprising to me. He really looked at me suspiciously. I could tell what he was thinking about me. I'd said too much.
Again, remember, I'm supposed to pretend to be Mion, not Shion. They don't know that Shion is... Well, they know that Shion escaped, but they don't know where she is. Oh, man.
Mion Sonozaki and Satoko Hojo are friends. They're close. So Mion should have been encouraging her after the situation at home got tougher. That's what Mion was supposed to do. I'd totally forgotten about that and spoken as myself. It's only natural that Irie would give me a suspicious look. He might end up changing his impression of Mion Sonozaki entirely. I'd have to apologize to her about this and ask her to put things right. I totally messed up. Even so, I didn't think I'd said anything wrong. I'd objectively looked at the situation and made a modest proposal. To be honest, I was simply afraid that he might leave the team. I couldn't go to the school in Hinamizawa, so the baseball field was the only place where I could see him. I could even say that he was my reason for living.
Oh, she's down bad. Damn, she's down bad.
That's right. I was in love with him. But I wasn't going to tell him how I felt, for I was satisfied just being by his side. I certainly couldn't ask for anything more. After all, I couldn't reveal my true identity. I had to pretend to be Mion in order to live in Okinomiya. I thought maybe I should leave Okinomiya in order to be free. But that's stupid. No matter how tough my life might be, I'd prefer to be here, with Satoshi-kun stroking my head every now and then. Why did I love him that much? I read about it in some manga once. You don't need a reason to be in love. I was surprised at myself for being like this.
落ち着け。
Calm down,
私。
Shion. I breathed out slowly, then held my breath, trying to slow my throbbing heart. I felt a bit calmer. At that point, a clear thought came into my head. I want to be with Satoshi-kun. So, I want him to stay on the team. So, I want to get rid of his concerns and his stress. So what? So, what can I do to achieve all of that? My head started to cool down as I heard the umpire shout,
Game set!
Game set!
ゲームセット
試合
It's time to get rid of the sister. Get out of my way, little sister.
Some days I see him, some days I don't. A clear sky gets cloudy. The rain always stops eventually. I thought his absence was just like that, but he was actually on the verge of breaking down. Oh.
The rainy season was just around the corner. Ugh. And the air had become so humid that my shirt stuck to my skin. Yuck. It had been a few weeks since Satoshi-kun stopped showing up for baseball practice.
Oh, happy Friday, Monkey Zaka! You've been a member for 30 months. Oh my god, how did you do
Happy
it?
Friday, boss. Have a good weekend. Pui pui pui.
Thank you! You too! Point boy! Where were we? Oh yeah.
I looked for him as soon as I arrived at the field. He's not here yet. Did I get here too early? I want to see him playing in the field right when I get here. I started arriving late because of those feelings. However, he wasn't here today either.
Oh no. Oh no.
I didn't even bother hiding my disappointment anymore. Everybody knew by now how I felt. The team members from Mion's class came over to try and console me. I shooed them away.
園崎さん、
What's going on, Sonozaki-san?
気分が優れませんか？
Are you feeling sick? Even Irie couldn't comfort me. I was aware that he, too, knew I was like this.
今日帰りますね。
I'm going home.
気分じゃないです。
I don't feel like watching the practice today.
ほら、今日は沖宮タイタンズさんと打ち合わせをする日じゃないですか。
Look, we're having a meeting with the Okinomiya Titans later.
マネージャーの園崎さんにも同席してほしかったんですがね。
I wanted you to be there because you're our manager.
私を勝手にマネージャーにしないでください。
Don't treat me like a manager.
私、マネージャーだったつもりはないんですから。
I never agreed to be one. Irie looked down, not knowing what to say.
わかりました。
All right.
元気が回復したらまた手伝ってくださいね。
Please help us again when you feel like it.
もう来ないかもです。
Maybe I won't be coming back.
マネージャーが必要なら、私以外を募集してください。
If you really need a manager, look for somebody else.
気が向いた時でいいです。
Please do come again.
また遊びに来てくださいね。
Whatever you feel like it.
それにほら、あなたがいないとサトシ君が戻ってきた時寂しがりますよ。
Satoshi-kun will be sad if you're not here when he comes back. I ignored him and turned around. I had already set up my schedule with Mion, so I didn't have to ask her every time anymore. I tried to contact her a couple of times to ask how Satoshi-kun was doing in school, but I hadn't been able to get through to her. Apparently, the hag had sensed I might be in contact with Sis. In other words, Sis was being watched. As a result, it hasn't been easy to contact her. Kasai, who has been helping me contact her, seemed to also have been marked. People knew he was loyal to me. I hadn't seen him for a while either. All I could do was wonder how Satoshi-kun was doing. I was frustrated because there was no way for me to know. My head was filled with worries. But something surprised me out of the blue. Somebody called out to me when I was about to leave the field on my bike.
みーちゃん、こんにちは。It's Rena! How did I voice Rena before? The highest? Was it the highest one? Was it this one? Mi-chan, hello!
I'd never seen this girl before. Luckily, she called me Mi-chan. There's only one person who refers to Mion that way, as far as I know.
レナか。
Rena.
珍しいね。レナがここに来るなんて。
I'm surprised to see you here. Her name is Rena Ryugu. Her real name is Rena, but she wants to be called Rena. So that's what we call her. She moved here in April. I had some information on her, but it was all ambiguous. Sis was still a bit uncertain about her, since she's so new. It was hard for me to handle someone like that. I didn't know how to act around her as Mion. So I decided to pretend to be in an obvious sulky mood. That way, she wouldn't talk to me as much, assuming that Mion was simply feeling bad.
I don't think you know, Rena. I don't think you know.
Well, that's how I really am, anyway.
みーちゃんは帰り? Are you going home, みーちゃん?
気分が優れないの。
I guess I'm not feeling well.
悪いね。
Sorry.
じゃあ一緒に帰ろう. Let's go home together then. Shit. Anya.
I wanted to say that I'd rather be alone, but there's only one road to Hinamizawa, so asking to be alone would look odd. The only way to not seem suspicious would be to walk home with her.
そうだね。
Yeah.
帰ろうか。
Let's go. Rena quietly nodded. I unlocked my bike.
みーちゃん、傘は? みーちゃん, do you have an umbrella?
持ってないけど。
Nope.
今日はこの後、天気崩れるかもしれないんだって。It might rain soon. 傘ないなら急ごう. So let's hurry a bit, since you don't have one.
As I predicted, we were attacked by pouring rain on our way. We ended up taking shelter in a small shack in front of a bus stop.
すごい降りだけど、これはそんなに長引きそうじゃないね。向こうの空は明るいもの。It's pouring, but it doesn't look like it's going to last long, since the sky over there is clear.
そうだね。
Sudane. Yeah. I heard the sound of rain pattering on the rooftop and the raindrops jumping into puddles. It sounded loud, but it made me feel strangely calm. I zoned out for a moment. Then Rena talked to me while looking up at the rainy sky.
最近、元気ないって聞いたから。I was worried about you. 心配してたんだよ。Cause you look so down.
All the baseball team's members knew I was depressed because I hadn't seen Satoshi-kun recently. Most of them attend the school in Hinamizawa, so it wasn't surprising that she knew as well. I hadn't been able to contact Sis these past few weeks, but I was sure she had an idea of how I felt about Satoshi-kun and how I would feel if he didn't come to his baseball practice. Sis was probably pretending to act a little depressed during her day-to-day in Hinamizawa to avoid creating a big gap between our moods. But neither of us knew the details about the other right now. So she wouldn't be able to answer if others asked her what was wrong. She'd only be able to say, "Leave me alone." That might lead more people to become worried. Rena must have thought Mion was depressed. That must be why she came all the way to see me. She must have known what was going on, because she knew that I was at the baseball field.
サトシ君、構ってくれないから寂しい? Do you feel lonely because Satoshi-kun is avoiding us?
Having deduced what had been going on with Satoshi-kun from what she just said, he'd been distancing himself from others lately because of exhaustion. That's what it sounded like, at least.
サトコちゃんの件でだいぶ悩んでるみたいだった。He looked like he was very worried about Satoko-chan. サトシ君は すごく追い詰められてると思う。I think he's really on the edge. かわいそうだよね。I feel bad for him.
サトシ君は本当に妹思いだからね。
He really cares about his sister.
偉いよ、本当に。
He has a lot of courage. What I said sounded hollow, as I knew too well how much of a burden Satoko had become.
でもだからってみーちゃんまで落ち込んじゃったらかえってサトシ君を追い詰めちゃうように思うかな。But I think he'd feel even worse if you also looked that depressed. I think.
私に追い詰めるつもりなんてないよ。
I don't want that.
それはもちろん知ってるよ。I know. でもだからこそ。でもBut if you really don't. 学校にいる時のサトシ君を笑顔で迎えてあげられなかったら本当にサトシ君は追い詰められちゃうよ。I know. But if you really don't, then you need to smile for him. Otherwise, he might really feel concerned. みーちゃんはたとえ嘘でも笑顔が作れる強い人間だって知ってる。I know you're strong. だから嘘でも笑ってほしいの。You can smile, even if it's just pretend. 最初はたとえ嘘でもね。So I want you to smile no matter what. 笑顔って最後には本物になるんだよ。You know that lies can become true sometimes. Really?
What she was saying in a nutshell was this. Both Satoshi-kun and Satoko were totally wiped out. If Mion was also depressed, even though she's the sort of person who usually lightens the mood, their situation would be stuck in a vicious cycle. Rena sounded more like she was trying to give me advice than trying to console me. She must be more mature than she looks. Sis told me that she was a funny girl with a few bad habits. But she seemed to have another, more mature side to her.
みーちゃんはサトシ君のこと好き？好き？ Oh no! If I ever go to Japan and I get stuck in something, I'll just be like, I'll be stuck on that though. Oh man. Goofy. Goofy little moon runes. This is my favorite moon rune, by the way. This one. I think the sound of it is no. It's cute. It looks like a snail. It's very close to a snail. Isn't that cool? Little snail shell. Anyway, where were we? Do you love Satoshi-kun?
好き。
Yeah. Though I shouldn't have told her that. I immediately responded like an idiot.
なら、笑おう。In that case, why don't you smile?
Rena smiled herself.
みーちゃんの笑顔で、きっとサトシ君に元気を分けてあげられると思う。I believe Satoshi-kun will feel better if he sees your smile. みーちゃんは、それしかできないことに落胆しかけているかもしれないけれど。I know you feel powerless now, but それでもね、多分それが一番サトシ君の力になる。Your smile will give him strength.
理屈ではわかるけどね。
I know what you're saying, but
笑えったって。
it's
そう
not that
簡単には
easy.
できないよ。
It's not. She doesn't understand.
Rena giggled and nodded.
野球の練習にもさ、バイトが終わったらきっと帰ってくるから。He'll come back after he's done with his part-time job.
His part-time job? I almost asked that question, but I managed to stop myself. From the tone of Rena's voice, it sounded like it was something everyone knew.
バイトか。
His part-time job, huh?
いつ終わるんだろうね。
I wonder when it'll end.
お金が貯まるまでだろうけど。Until he has enough money, I guess. どんなに遅くても、さとこちゃんの誕生日までには終わるよ。But he'll finish by Satoko-chan's birthday at the latest. Wait, wasn't that around the time he disappeared in the other timelines that we were on? Yeah, wasn't that the time that he disappeared? Poof? Huh. Yeah, huh.
I tried to figure out what was going on from what she said. I had to listen very carefully to uncover the whole picture. Satoshi-kun seemed to be working in order to make some money.
Oh, so how you doing? Yeah, I remember because during the time when it was around that time, I think it was after that or was it on the day? I think it was on the damn day that he disappeared. Was her birthday, and Keiichi was like,
"If I was your Nini, I would never disappear on your fucking birthday, yo."
He was like getting all pissed off, like,
Where is Satoshi? Where is he?
remember? It was like this layer upon layer of sad shit he was hearing about Satoko's life. And he was like,
Oh my god, she was abused. Oh my god, her brother. Oh my god, the aunt was murdered. Oh my god, he disappeared.
he was having a big crash out. Yes, that chapter was just him crashing out. That was my favorite chapter. Oh, so funny. Anyway, where were we?
I don't think it's easy to find a job when you're still in school. This might have something to do with it. His job only seemed temporary. And it seemed to have something to do with Satoko's birthday. It wasn't that difficult to figure out. Satoshi was working and saving up to buy his little sister something expensive for her birthday. He was trying to comfort her, even though he was so torn up himself. Satoko again. Satoshi-kun was already worn out because of her, and he was now working for her sake, even though he was exhausted. How stupid.
When you guys said she was evil, you're right. But you know what? Hot take, does she not have a fucking point? Michelle, that's his sister. Does she not have a fucking point? Does she not? Does she not? I'll take my ass. No! No, you don't. No, we're not doing it now. Not my model that all big
I
and
think
poof.
my ex was right. Award now.
No, you're not. Why is it like that? There. Oh, the camera's like tilted. There you go. No, you're not getting it. No. No. Mion's best girl. Mion is nice girl. We don't care about that right now. We care about Shion. Anyway, where were we? The possessiveness is over the line, but I can dig it, and it's not my sister. Facts! That's how I feel too. I'm just like, you're gonna let your sister like control your life forever. You just gonna do that? Okay. He's probably gonna lose himself because of this stupid shit. Anyway.
How stupid. It would be easier for him to just forget about Satoko.
Oh, shit! Did I say that out loud?
I was startled when I realized Rena was looking straight into my eyes. She was smiling, but her eyes looked creepy. I never voiced what I was thinking. She was just looking at me as though she figured out that I was blaming Satoko. She beamed when she noticed my fear. She smiled as though she understood that I thought that way was... She smiled as though she understood that I thought that way because of love. She was giving me the creeps. I could hear thunder roar in the distance. The rain began to pick up.
さとこちゃんがサトシ君を独占してることに嫉妬を感じてる? Do you feel jealous of Satoko-chan because she monopolizes Satoshi-kun?
I avoided answering immediately this time. But Rena seemed to know what I was thinking already.
別にみーちゃんがそう思っても私は軽蔑しないよ。I wouldn't be upset even if you did. 人を一途に好きになるときってそういうものだもん。That's just how it is when you're in love.
ありがとう。
ありがとう。
でもみーちゃんは今までずっとさとこちゃんを励ましてくれてたよね。You've been encouraging Satoko-chan despite that. それって私すごく立派なことだと思うな。That's admirable.
サトコは仲間だもの。
Of course I
当
have.
然でしょ。
She's my friend. I sounded so fake. I felt like spitting on the floor.
私たちにはさとこちゃんもさとしくんも励ますことしかできない。All we can do is encourage Satoko-chan and Satoshi-kun. どうやったらこの苦境から救ってあげられるのかわからない。I don't know how to save them from their situation.
サトコがサトシ君にべったりしすぎなんだよ。
Satoko is relying on Satoshi-kun way too much.
サトコがもっとしっかりすれば、サトシ君がここまで追い詰められることはない。
If she were stronger, he wouldn't have to suffer in her place.
はっきり言うね。You sound really straightforward.
Rena nodded with an unflinching smile, even though my remarks could be taken as harsh. What was this mysterious girl thinking? It was difficult to get a read on her.
She knows you're not her. She knows you're not Mion. That's what it is. サトシ君もさ、ほんの少しはそう思っているとこあるかもしれないね。Maybe Satoshi-kun feels that way a little too.
Eh? Rena kept smiling, but her smile looked strangely cold.
サトシ君も多分心のどこかでサトコちゃんをかばい続けることに疲れを感じてると思う。I think he's tired of protecting Satoko-chan, and he's aware of that.
Given the type of person Rena is, I don't think she'd say something if she wasn't certain of it. Because of that, she must have been confident in what she just told me.
どうしてそう思う？
Why do you think that?
私、サトシ君に打ち明けられたから。He said so.
What? Satoshi-kun secretly confessed to her. Rena asked me to keep it that way.
サトシ君がね、言ったの。Satoshi-kun told me. 兄として頼られることに苦痛を感じる。That he felt tired of protecting Satoko-chan. それはとても罪深いことだと知っているけど。He was feeling guilty though.
I don't think he would say something like that. But, however, it wasn't likely that Rena was lying. I just met her, so I didn't know what made me feel that way. But my hunch told me that she was telling the truth. I heaved a huge sigh. Satoshi-kun must have gotten so tired that he couldn't help telling someone. Even so, even if he thought that way, he wouldn't tell he wouldn't tell somebody so easily. Maybe Rena led him to do so. She might be capable of something like that. I don't understand. This girl. It had been only a little while since we'd met, but I'd already started talking about something I was keeping deep inside of me. Does she have some kind of supernatural power to reach into people's minds and drag out what they're thinking? It suddenly hit me that I was sitting with this creepy girl in a tiny shack. I'd been dragged into her strange world. I don't think...
Yeah. This is scary now. I just realized. It's almost like magic. Maybe.
I don't think Sis has realized Rena's real personality. She thinks Rena's just a funny girl with some strange habits. She would have told me if she knew.
レナはサトシ君に打ち明けられるくらいに信頼
She's
され
so
てるんだ
fucking
ね。
smart. I don't care what you guys say. She's evil, but you know what? She's so fucking intuitive and smart. She's a bit emotional now because she's in love with that guy, but she's so fucking... She's so... in there with her instincts. She has good instincts.
I guess Satoshi-kun must trust you a lot if he confessed that to you.
羨ましい。
I'm a little jealous.
別に信頼されてるわけじゃない。
It's not because he trusts me.
私が経験者だからだと思う。
I think it's because I've experienced the same thing.
経験
You what?
レナにも兄弟をかばったりした経験
Did
が。
you also have to cover for your siblings once?
ひたひたと
Those footsteps
ずっと足音がついてきて、
always followed me.
夜は枕元にまで立たれて見下ろされる経験。
They even came to my bedside and looked down at me.
Huh? Sorry, Rena. What are you talking about? I turned around to face her and got the chills. Though she was smiling, her eyes looked ice cold. I trembled and froze with my eyes open.
兄ちゃんにはない？
Have you experienced anything like that?
ないと思う。
I guess not.
多分。
Probably.
Rena kept laughing self-derisively. I tried to figure out what she was saying.
兄ちゃんはひなみ沢から逃げ出そうとか、
Have you ever thought of leaving Hinamizawa
もっと都会に行きたいなとか、
and moving to a big city?
そういうことを考えたことはある？
Have you ever thought of doing something like that?
I didn't know how to respond. Rena waited for my answer, urging me to speak with her silence.
ないよ。
No,
私は地元好きだし。
I love it here.
だよね。だよね。
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
みーちゃんはそうだと思う。
I knew that.
It didn't seem like a good idea to lie to her. Rena has some kind of power I can't grasp. She can read people's minds just by seeing the slightest change in their expressions. So I had to tell her the truth.
そうならばみーちゃんは大丈夫。
You'll be okay. If that's true.
お社様には怒られない。
Oyashiro-sama won't get mad at you.
お社様
Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama. That's Hinamizawa's guardian deity. I couldn't understand why she mentioned that name. My mind stopped for a moment.
That's right.
お社様。
Oyashiro-sama.
She calmly repeated the name as if trying to teach me something. Yeah, I remember. Oyashiro-sama never allows heathens to desecrate Hinamizawa. Oyashiro-sama never allows the villagers to leave either. Those are the rules. Slowly, I recalled the fear of the curse which supposedly caused the dismemberment, murder, and death of the Hojo couple. When I was sent to the institution, I had this fear. I was scared that if I went to that faraway boarding school, I'd fall under the curse. But I should be okay. I escaped from the school and returned to my hometown, to Okinomiya to be precise. But it should be okay according to the kids' rules, because I love Hinamizawa. The hag forces me to live this suffocating life, but I still choose to stay in this place. I don't believe I'm breaking Oyashiro-sama's rules. Even though the Sonozaki family had selfishly banished me to a remote place, I came back here anyway. Oyashiro-sama should even bless me for that. I guess I'm trying to convince myself that the curse doesn't apply to me, but I think I'm still afraid of it.
私は地元好きだから。
好きだから。
I love this place.
その意味ではお社様のたたりがあるとは思っちゃいないね。
So I don't think I qualify for Oyashiro-sama's curse.
模範的だとすら思ってるけど。
You could even call me a model villager.
Yeah,
それは私も認める。
I think so, too.
だからこそサトシ君のことはわかんない。
But I'm not so sure about Satoshi-kun.
どうして？
Why?
サトシ君は心のどこかで
Oh no. Hello, Rena! How you doing?
Oh my god, it's so summer. You are so cool.
No, it's not. No, I'm not.
Baka.
You're cool! How about that? How about that, Baka? How about that? No, I'm not! Oh my god. Whatever. Anyway, back to this. Satoshi-kun wants to leave Hinamizawa and run far away.
ひなみ沢を捨ててどこかへ逃げ出したいと思ってるから。
Even if only unconsciously.
I gave an inaudible cry. Well, I was feeling sad that Satoshi-kun hadn't shown up for practice. He still lived in Hinamizawa, so I'd never even considered the thought of him going away.
サトシ君が家出したがってるってこと？
Are you saying that he wants to skip town?
Yes.
無意識のうちに。
He's not aware of it himself, though.
お社様が枕元に立つまでは多分意識すらしてなかったと思う。
He probably didn't notice it until Oyashiro-sama stood by his bed.
I still had no idea what she was talking about. I continued trying to figure out what she was saying.
サトシ君が体験していることはすべてお社様のたたりの前触れなの。
Everything he's going through is a sign of Oyashiro-sama's curse.
誰かが遠くからじっと伺っている。 誰かがずっとつけてくる。誰かがいつも自分のすぐ後ろから見ている。
You feel like someone is watching you from a distance, and it follows you. Then it watches from right behind you.
やがて足音は常に自分とずれて一つ余計に聞こえるようになるの。
After that, you start hearing an extra footstep.
それらは初めのうちはお外でだけだけど、
It only happens outside at first.
やがて後ろのそれは自分の家の中にまでついてくるようになる。
But you start hearing it even inside your house after a while.
そしてお布団に入って明かりを消してもずっと枕元から見下ろしてるの。
Then, Yoshiro-sama keeps watching you even when you're sleeping in the dark.
ただただ黙ってじっと。
Oh, that sounded good in the ears. Right by your side, waiting silently
自らの罪を認めるまで。
for you to admit your sin.
サトシ君は夢見が悪いって最初言い出したの。
Satoshi-kun told me he was having nightmares at first.
それで私がどんな夢
So I asked him what kind of dreams he was
と
having.
聞いたら、
And those dreams he was having,
私の時をなぞるようだった。
as it turned out,
だから私彼に予告したの。
were just like mine.
その気配がやがて近づき足音を聞かせるようになり、常にサトシ君を見下ろしているようになったなら、
I warned him that the presence would become bigger. He'd hear an extra footstep and feel the presence watching him in his sleep.
それはきっと私の時と同じだから相談してって。
I told him to come to me if that ever happens.
サトシ君ははじめ私のことを怪訝に思ったと思う。
He must have been suspicious at
で
first.
も私が予告した通りにお社様の気配が近づくのを感じ、
But, just as I predicted,
お社様が枕元にまで立つに至って、
he started to feel Yoshiro-sama's presence more strongly.
やっと自分の身に起こってることを相談できるのは私しかいないって気づいたの。
He finally realized he could talk to me about it.
Rena didn't look like she was joking. She just calmly told me what had been going on. I couldn't even move. I couldn't tell if her words were a joke or the truth. I could only feel stunned.
私はね、もともとひなみ沢に住んでいたの。
I'm from Hinamizawa originally,
小学校に上がる直前で茨城に引っ越した。
but I moved to Ibaraki Prefecture right before I went to elementary school.
でも新しい環境に馴染めなくてね、
However, when I couldn't adjust to my new environment,
心の中のお社様にひなみ沢に帰れ帰れって何度も呼びかけられてた。
Yoshiro-sama frequently started telling me to return to Hinamizawa. In my head.
でも小学生の子が泣きながら元の町に帰りたいって言ったってどうにもならないもんね。
But I couldn't do anything since I was just a little kid.
私は現実とお社様の声に板挟みにされてずっと過ごすことになる。
I was forced to live there, though I felt threatened by Oyashiro-sama's voice.
そして
Then,
Rena paused. It looked like she didn't want to go into the details of what followed. In general, she confused me even more.
結局いろいろあって私はひなみ沢に帰ってくることができた。
anyway, I was able to come back here in the end.
だからお社様にはそれで許してもらえた。
Oyashiro-sama forgave me.
あれ以来お社様の気配を感じることはないもの。
I haven't felt his presence anymore since then.
でもね、サトシ君は私と違ってひなみ沢にいながら お社様のたたりを受けることになった。
Satoshi-kun is being subjected to the curse, even though he's in Hinamizawa.
それはなぜか。
Why?
理由は一つ。
There can only be one reason.
サトシ君はひなみ沢にはいたけれども、ひなみ沢を捨てて遠くに逃げたがっていたから。
It's because he wishes to abandon Hinamizawa.
その心をお社様は許さなかったんだね。
Oyashiro-sama won't allow that.
サトシ君は自問自答を何度も繰り返した挙句に認めたよ。
After a series of inner monologues, he confessed.
ほら、サトシ君、アルバイトをしてるでしょ。
You know he's working part-time, don't you?
サトコちゃんが欲しがったあの大きなぬいぐるみは10万円くらいするもんね。
The teddy bear he's getting for Satoko-chan costs about 100,000 yen.
サトシ君はサトコちゃんの誕生日までにその額を稼ごうとしている。
And he's trying to get the money by her birthday.
でもほら、考えてみて。
Have you noticed it yet?
それだけのお金があったら後先を考えなくていいなら、どこか遠くへ逃げ出す十分な費用になりうるんだよ。
Think about it like this. If he had that amount of money, that'd be enough for him to run away somewhere far from here.
サトシ君は無意識のうちにね、そのお金でサトコちゃんに誕生日プレゼントを買うんじゃなく、
He unconsciously started to think about that.
サトコちゃんを捨ててどこか遠くへ逃げ出すお金に使ってしまいたいって
About leaving
思うようになってたの。
Satoko-chan behind. Oh my
それ
god.
はサトシ君にとってはこの上なく罪深いこと。
But he'd feel very guilty.
でもさっきみーちゃんが指摘したように、サトコちゃんの存在自体がサトシ君の負担になってるのは事実。
As you pointed out, Satoko-chan is a burden on him.
サトシ君だってバカじゃないもん。
He's not stupid, so he's aware of that.
兄として認めたくなかっただけで、サトコちゃんが負担になっていることにはちゃんと気づいていた。
He just doesn't want to admit it because he's the one who's supposed to protect his little sister.
だからサトシ君は葛藤してるんだよ。
He's been struggling with himself.
自分は妹を喜ばせるためのお金を貯めるためにバイトをしているつもり。
He thinks he's working to please Satoko-chan on her birthday.
だけれども、それは自分の心を騙しているだけで、本当は自分が逃げ出すためのお金を作るためにバイトしてるんじゃないかって。
But he also feels that he might be deceiving himself because he unconsciously wants to skip town with the money.
私は逃げ出すべきじゃないと思う。
I don't think he should run away.
逃げ出したってサトシ君は多分一生後悔する。
Even if he did, he'd regret it for the rest of his life.
お社様だってそれを分かってるからサトシ君にこうして警告してくれているの。
Oyashiro-sama knows that. That's why Oyashiro-sama is trying to warn him. By what? Killing? What the
サトシ君の心にサトコちゃんを見捨てるなんて悪魔のささやきが早く聞こえなくなるといいんだけども。
I hope Satoshi-kun stops thinking about abandoning Satoko-chan.
サトシ君は綿流しの数日後だっけ。
He's working hard to make it to Satoko-chan's birthday, which is...
のサトコちゃんの誕生日にプレゼントを間に合わせるため、今いろいろなアルバイトに精を出してる。
a couple of days after the Watanagashi festival.
心も体も追い詰めてる。
He's pushing himself too hard.
そんな苦境がきっとサトコちゃんの誕生日を境に終わるんだって。
He believes it'll end when Satoko-chan's birthday comes.
サトシ君は今もお社様のたたりに苛まれている。
The curse keeps cautioning him.
サトコちゃんを守るか見捨てるかの天秤の狭間に立たされながらね。
While he tries to figure out whether he should leave or continue protecting her. Okay, let's get. Hold on. We just got a bunch of info bomb. We got an info dump now. So we know the timeline. Watsunagashi Festival happens. Around that time, his aunt gets murdered by some vagrant, whatever. Some guy, right? Breaks in, supposedly. Kills the aunt. And the uncle runs away, I think, or something. Satoshi, a couple of days after that, is Satoko's birthday. On her birthday, he disappears. People are thinking that he just disappeared with the money or abandoned her or whatever. Or he got demoned away. Which is what we believe. Because we're smart. Some people believe that he killed the aunt. But if he killed the aunt, wouldn't his... I don't know. There's a lot of things that can be explained without the demons.
The torrential rain didn't seem to want to stop. It kept pouring down on the galvanized iron roof, producing a loud noise. Yet the shack, it felt completely silent. What the hell was Rena talking about? I couldn't grasp even half of what she was saying.
Well, we can. And that's what matters.
The only thing I had figured out is that Satoshi-kun was struggling, confused, and in lots of pain. He's suffering from Oyashiro-sama's curse. And Rena has experienced that before. The Watsunagashi festival was right around the corner. Oyashiro-sama's curse had struck 3 years in a row. There was no guarantee that it wouldn't strike a 4th time. Satoshi-kun was subject to Oyashiro-sama's curse, even now. Was he going to skip town? Was he going to be the next victim of Oyashiro-sama's curse? Either way, he might disappear forever. Could I do something to prevent it? Even if I didn't do anything, it would all come to a hopeless end. I started feeling a sense of dread. I didn't buy the crazy story Rena told me. But if something really was happening to Satoshi-kun, which might bring about some kind of an end, I couldn't help feeling scared. It's true, isn't it? My instinct is always correct.
She's right! She has good instinct.
I decided to contact Mion despite the danger. Mion got upset at first, but she had to listen to me.
お姉、
Sis,
サトシ君のことだけど、
what's going
どう
on
いうことになってるの？
with Satoshi-kun?
最近だいぶ険しい様子なんだよ。
He looks really stressed out.
部活に声もかけられない雰囲
I can't even talk to him.
何それ？
What do you mean?
声をかけられないから、サトシ君がどういう状況になってるかよく分かってないってこと？
You don't know what's going on because you can't talk to him?
気。ごめん。
Hold on, let me get it.
Sorry.
お姉、
Sis,
キンキンにまた入れ替わる機会を設けてほしいの。
give me another chance to trade spots again.
それはもちろん構わないよ。
That's fine.
でも最近はちょっと綿流しのお祭りの打ち合わせの絡みで日程の調整が難しいんだよ。
But I'm kind of busy lately attending meetings for the festival.
何？
What are you planning to do?
またバイト？
Another part-time job?
私、ひなみ沢の学校へ行く。
I'm going to your school.
Oh my gosh, what does she plan on doing? I know it doesn't work, but because he still disappears anyway, right? I thought in every timeline he just disappears.
I'm gonna be real essay. I haven't followed the story. Is
Good.
this still the same game you were playing years ago?
Yes. But a different perspective. And if you want to catch up, there's a lot to catch up on. There's an entire Higurashi When They Cry playlist that I have. I think everything is up to date now. Yeah, I have to check again, but yeah. How many is in there? Hold on, I could check.
Higurashi.
Higurashi. Oh, this is not that bad. I thought it would be more. It is 48 videos. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's it's only 48. That's not that bad. Yes, but the playlist is backwards. Are you for real? You have to go to when you look at a playlist, you have to go by date. Can't you organize it by date? 'Cause that's what I do. I go to the top. What do you mean it's backwards? Now I'm gonna freak out. Is there any way I can just order it a certain way? I think YouTube loves to order it backwards. Oh, fuck. You know what, YouTube? Let's take a tangent real fast. YouTube updated itself again. Whoopee. Whatever. I like what they did. Let's get the positive out of the way first. I like what they did with the shorts. Not the shorts, the posts. That you can see people's posts easier now. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, now to the bed. Okay, if you go to your main menu of YouTube, just go to youtube.com, and you'll see subscriptions. You press on the subscriptions, right? Hold on. Or you go to the bar. You go up to the bar, and you look at your subscriptions list. Let me tell you something. They don't put in the side there. It used to have all the live ones there. It used to have all the guys that were live up at the top. It doesn't have that anymore. Now you gotta click. It always puts the newest first. So if you have to, yes, the newest are first, yeah. Anyway, now I gotta scroll around in this stupid side panel. And it was perfect! It was fine!
It's almost 147 hours of Higurashi do your reps pui.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's a good number. But yeah, I'm kind of pissed off about it. Just a little bit, if you couldn't tell. It's like, that was such a perfect fucking thing. And they just ruined it again. Now what you have to do is subscriptions. And then the one, they didn't even do that. They didn't even do this correct. I have to search through my own subscriptions. Let me look at all subscriptions. This is all subscriptions. Let me see. Oh, so it's showing the people that I'm subscribed to, but it's not showing the streams that are live right now in my subscriptions. That's what I want. Oh my god, they're so stupid. They're so fucking stupid. Show more, but show more doesn't show me what I want to see. Show more is just showing me more things of the past. I want things of the present and the future. I don't want things of the past right now. I could watch those things later. Oh my god. Whatever. Are you winning? I'll win when YouTube fixes its fucking UI. I'll win. They're really stupid. They're really stupid about this. Every time it updates, it gets worse. I don't know why. I don't know who's doing it. They had a perfect system. They had at least a little bit. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. I'll just give it. Let's look at the new tabs.
Notebook page 21.
Who was writing this? Was it? Who was writing this? We'll just read it this way until we figure out.
Why don't I relate my encounter with that creepy girl in the rain? Her name is Rena Ryugu. Her real name is Rena. I have no idea what kind of girl she really is. One thing is certain, she has no relation to the Sonozaki family. She has no relation to the three families as a whole either. The Ryugu family used to live in Hinamizawa, but then they moved to Ibaraki. That was before she went to elementary school. They returned to Hinamizawa some years later. Rena Ryugu said she came back because Oyashiro-sama told her to. I don't know what that means. She said it was the curse of Oyashiro-sama, that Oyashiro-sama had stalked her. I think that was probably a hallucination, but Satoshi-kun had been interested in that experience. She said that Satoshi-kun was also experiencing Oyashiro-sama's curse. Satoshi-kun told her that he was being followed by some unknown existence. He was surprised to learn that Rena had the same experience before. What is Oyashiro-sama's curse? Why did Rena and Satoshi-kun have a similar experience? I believe that means that somebody put them under surveillance. Somebody must be spying on the next victim of the curse. Since Rena and Satoshi-kun both blindly believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse, they interpret it as Oyashiro-sama's presence. If paranoia kicked in, they'd feel as if they were experiencing paranormal phenomena. Judging from what Rena said, it seems that Satoshi-kun had been put on surveillance since long before Watanagashi, yeah. So, one question comes to mind. Why were they watching Rena? I'm assuming that the surveillance was placed on a victim-to-be of that year. If so, I don't understand why Rena went through it. Why did they watch her, even though she was living so far away? If she was considered somebody who abandoned the village, I could understand. But she didn't fall victim in the end. Maybe she was forgiven because she came back to Hinamizawa. I guess she still knows something I don't.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why didn't she fall victim? Oh, thank you, Bielas. Why didn't she fall victim? Huh? She's a sussy baka. Why didn't she fall victim, huh? Rena, nope. You know that's right.
Satoshi-kun looked terrible. When he went home, he had to mediate a fight between Satoko and their aunt. He became mentally exhausted. He went to work every day. He became physically exhausted. He no longer communicated with his classmates. He either slept on his desk or was gone somewhere during lunch break. He used to be really gentle. It was painful to see him suffering like that. On top of all of that, he was dealing with the curse of Oyashiro-sama. He must have been completely, totally, and absolutely exhausted. That curse was a form of surveillance by those planning to victimize Satoshi-kun that year. That means that the other victim was in the same situation. Satoshi-kun's aunt had also been watched. Did she notice any presence? What about the others? Did the victims of the previous incidents also experience it? I need to investigate the facts in order to prove the curse on Satoshi-kun was actually just surveillance. Is it surveillance, paranoia, or really the curse?
What do we think? Do we think it's people? Aliens? Demons? Oh, you sure, Osama? Huh? Huh? Let's see. Saving it. We're gonna save it. We're gonna save it. We're gonna continue. What time is it? Yeah, we'll continue. Demons, full stop. It's demons.
はい、委員長号令。
Oh man, I forgot how I voiced her. I forgot. How did I do it? How did I do it, Chad? Oh man. This is the best VN ever. Let me tell you something. I've read a lot of VNs so far in this silly experiment of mine. And so far, this is probably the best. This is the best one. Hands down. It's very well written. It's over 1 million fucking words, but it's well... all of them words! We're very good so far. We're like halfway through. Okay. President, if you would... We'll just do it, I think, Tiger-chan. We'll do Tiger-chan.
President, if you would. For a moment, I forgot that the class president was me.
Keiichi!
All rise.
委員長も少し寝不足みたいですね。
Looks like you didn't get enough sleep.
最近は寝苦しい夜が続きます。
I know it's been very hot at night
The
lately.
Higurashi
でも、
playlist is now
しっかりと
longer than
睡
the
眠が取るように。
day.
Is it? Oh.
But try to get as much sleep as you
いい
can.
ですね、皆さん。
All right, everyone?
Hi! Hi!
I'm not sure this place can be called a school. Because there are so many different age groups. It's like a kindergarten and an elementary school blended together. Since I'd heard already about what this place was like, I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It wasn't too difficult to act like Mion here.
Ah! There he is, everybody! He's alive! For now. How long is Steins Gate? Not as long as this. This is up there. Have I read Fate? No. I have not. I'm sorry. And I don't plan on it. Because it's baka hentai. So you know what that means. I'm reading it in my own time. And then I'll come here and gush about it, I guess. If it's really good. How about Sayano Uta? I heard somebody else did that one. I'm kind of doing this one, and I'm gonna finish it because I have not seen a VTuber finish it yet. Yes.
Sensi missed an entire stream of design behind.
Oh no! Oh no, you didn't. I don't feel like you really missed much. Unless you just showed up. Because this one has a lot of, like, stuff. If you finish that one, it will take you about 2 more years. Maybe. But I plan on finishing it this year. We'll see how that goes. It's my goal! We're gonna finish it this year! We're gonna finish it. Get the remaster version that removes the H. But I feel like... Okay. I'm not a baka hentai, but I feel like if I'm paying for the game, I want the game. Does that make sense? And if I can't... Yes, H is part of the story. So if the H is part of the story, I feel like you gypping me.
Natural Mexican body type round.
Yeah. Baka boss. Whatever. I'm paying for the game. I want the game. The H is superfluous for 2/3 of the routes. But if I'm not getting it, that's like gluten-free bread. Why buy bread? Does that make sense? It needs the gluten. That's what it was made for. If I don't get it, so is that baka hentai? Don't ask what her character based on. I'm just saying. I'll just skip through it real fast. I'll close my eyes. Oh, man. But yeah, that's pretty much what I plan on doing with some of these by myself. Because we did Katawa Shoujo, and that was touch and go. I had to censor a lot. I couldn't even read those scenes. Anyway, that one was funny though. I know, that's why it was funny. That's why I could deal with it. You were scared with this game at the start too. Kind of. This one is more gory and violent than what I suspected. Especially when you first play it, it's like, oh, like, yeah, we're all friends. We're playing board games. We're playing cards. We're having a gay old time. Oh, shit. What happened over there? Somebody disemboweled. What's going on, Chief? What is that? I just don't know. For summoning demons. Maybe. The whiplash in Higurashi is infamous. Yeah. Okay, back to this.
As Sis told me, Satoshi-kun looked exhausted. I said hi to him, but he ignored me. Since I knew what he'd been going through, his pain looked apparent to me. I was interested in another person in this classroom. Oh yeah, that stupid little sister. Satoko, Satoshi-kun's little sister.
Oh my god. She looks really worn out in this one. Oh my god. Oof. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. She looked as worn out as Satoshi-kun, emotionless, like an abandoned doll. Everybody in this room was aware of their circumstances, but no one could do anything for them. So they acted as though nothing was wrong. Mion will only let me have this one day. If I slacked off even a little bit, today would be over with quickly. I had to figure out what I should do in this limited time. Oh my gosh. I gotta drink more water. Oh my god.
I should probably talk to Satoshi-kun. About what? Anything goes. Cheer him up, sympathize with him. Anything will do. More than anything, I just wanted to chat with him. However, Sis had told me. She said Satoshi-kun didn't communicate much with her lately, and had distanced himself from her. I figured I shouldn't talk to him so casually, or too casually, but I wanted to, but maybe it was better to leave him alone. I needed to keep Sis's warnings in mind, but instead, I decided to ignore them.
Woo! My girl, baby! My girl, ignore! Talk to your man.
I looked for Satoshi-kun during lunch break. He was walking as if looking for a place where he could be alone. I caught him in the hallway.
サトシ君
Satoshi-kun! He turned around, startled by my voice. His facial expression surprised me. He was scowling, clearly a sign of rejection. But I couldn't hesitate. I'd lose my only chance if I did.
さ元気
Genki! How are you? He gave me a look as if saying, do I look fine to you? I never expected to see an expression like that on his face. I felt like my heart was being torn into pieces. As I looked down, he spoke to me. I felt a little glad, but the next thing he said changed that. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh no. Oh no. The worst thing he could say is no! What is he gonna say? Oh no.
元気だよ
Oh no.
I'm fine.
他に用は
Is there anything else?
ないなら行くよ
I'll get going if there isn't.
昼休みは一人になりたいんだ
Because I want to be alone.
そっか
そうか。His genki and すごい。終わります。Oh no! Okay.
バイトが大変なんだよね
I guess you're tired from work.
疲れてるから一人になって休みたいもんね
I'm sure you want some time to yourself.
今日もなんでしょ
You're working today too, right?
今日はどこで
Where at? Sis had found several jobs for him. He worked at a few different places. He was helping out when necessary at any of the shops Mion introduced him to. As a result, he constantly had to do different tasks.
Visa wa FAT gases I'll just be cute today
Yeah. Baka. Thank you for the $2.
As a result, he constantly had to do different tasks in a different environment almost every time. On top of that, he requested high-paying jobs from Mion because he wanted a large sum of money as soon as possible. In other words, he had to mostly do manual labor. He was exhausted every day because he wasn't that physically strong.
どこでもいいだろ
What does it matter?
うそれに僕がどこで働くかミオンなら知ってることじゃないのかい
And shouldn't you know? Because you helped me get the job.
Mion did help him get the job. Yet Satoshi-kun didn't look thankful for that opportunity. This wasn't like him at all. It made me feel sad.
そうだよね
She even has to laugh like her sister. That's funny. Because they have different laughs.
You're right.
ごめん
Gome.
要はそれで終わりかい
Is that all?
He sounded so harsh. Why was he being like that? Would he ever stroke my head again? Oh. I couldn't help my tears. They flowed into my cheeks. Satoshi-kun looked confused for a moment, but then he frowned again.
ごめん
Oh, sorry.
あの
Uh,
監督がさ また練習に来てほしいなって言ってたよ。
The coach said he wanted you to come back to practice.
伝言。
監督にはもうチームは辞めたいって伝えたはずだよ。
I told him I quit,
戻る気はないし。
so I won't be going back.
たまにはさ、
But maybe...
パッと体を動かして汗を流すのもいいと思うんだよ。
Yeah, but maybe it's a good idea to work out from time to time.
ほら、スポーツっていろいろと。
You know?
興味ない。
Not interested.
I didn't know why he was being so hostile towards me. Why did he hate me so much? I was left bewildered.
なんで？
なんで？
どうして？
どうして？
バイトで忙しいから。
Because I'm busy with
わ
work.
ざめんどくさい。
Isn't it obvious?
違うよ。
No, I didn't mean that.
なんで私がここまで嫌われなくちゃならないの？
Why do you hate me so much?
自分の胸に聞けばいいじゃないか。
Why don't you ask yourself?
自分の胸に？
Ask myself.
何を？
What?
私が何をしたの？
What did I do?
わかんないよ、サトシくん。
I don't understand, Satoshi-kun. I couldn't control my emotions any longer.
That is why she's the best girl.
Streaks of tears ran down my cheeks. Satoshi-kun gave me a hateful glare and walked away without saying another word. I couldn't even stop him. If I tried, he'd hurt me again with another cutting remark. I couldn't bear that, so I just watched him walk away. I wiped my tears and went back to the classroom. I heard somebody crying from inside.
Woman moment, you wouldn't feel some type of way if somebody was talking to you like that? What do you mean, woman moment? You feel some type of way, you better say something. I like her because she's forward about how she feels. Trying to make it into a woman moment. Whatever. Emotional instability goes best. Yeah, of course she is. She's stable in her feelings. She's upset. Emotionally unstable. You'd feel the same way too if somebody said that to you. You don't even know why they hate you. She's asking you why. Y'all acting like she's doing something wrong. She ain't doing nothing wrong. In fact, she should have said, I love you, Baka. Why you being mean to me? I love you, Baka. Baka ass bitch. In fact, she should have just pushed him more. She just pushed him more. Yeah, that's what I would have did. I know.
I heard somebody crying from inside. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? I looked around the room to see. Why are you crying? Oh my god! It was Satoko. I saw her bento box on the floor. I asked one of her classmates what happened, and it seemed that Satoko had bumped into somebody's shoulder when she stood up to go wash the box out. That was all. But Satoko was crying as if afraid she was going to be chided badly. What happened was very minor. She could just pick up the bento box and things would be fine. It looked like the lid came a little loose, but it was definitely fixable. She didn't have to cry like that. Yet Satoko started begging through her tears.
Why? Why? Help me! Help me, Nini! Help me! on, get her out of my face. Get her out of here. Oh, hell yeah! Let's go! Now this is a woman moment. Would comfort? Yeah, my hands around her neck. Shut up. You just dropped your stupid box. Pick up your stupid box. I gotta deal with your brother hating me for some fucking reason. Okay? Stupid. You have no idea how aligned with Shion you are right now. I'm telling you, that's my girl. I don't care what none of you fucking say. I don't care.
Because of what happened with Satoshi-kun, I couldn't suppress my emotions very well. So, instead, they exploded. I stormed up to Satoko while elbowing her classmates aside. I grabbed her by the head, then threw her into the wall. Satoko screamed. She didn't seem to understand what had happened. She was shedding tears and shivering. She must be wondering why I did that.
なんであんたがそういう目に遭うか理解できる。
Do you know why I did that?
助けてニーニー助けてニーニー
Satoko cried for her brother's help again. And so, I grabbed her head and threw her again. Satoko stumbled and crashed into a desk. The desk fell and the contents of the drawer scattered about. Satoko didn't even stand up. She just crouched and trembled while looking at me.
助けて助けてニーニー Help ニーニーニーニー
あんたがそんなだから。
If you weren't like that! If you weren't like that, Satoshi-kun wouldn't have to suffer. Don't you get it? That's what I wanted to say, but I was too angry to utter another word. I picked up a box of a bunch of textbooks from the floor and threw them at her face.
泣きたければ泣けばいい。
Cry as much as you
で
want,
もね、泣いたってね、何も解決しない。
but nothing's going to change.
なんで泣くの？
Why are you crying?
泣けば誰かが助けてくれるから。
Because you think somebody's going to help you?
その助けてくれる人があんたの代わりにどれだけ傷ついてるかなんて想像もつかないでしょ。
You don't have any idea what he has to go through to protect you, don't you?
分かってるの？
Do you understand that?
あんたの罪
Do you
が。
understand what you're doing?
あんたなんかいなければいい。
You shouldn't exist.
苦しいなら死ね。
Die if you want to suffer.
へそでも噛んで勝手に死んじゃえばいい。
Go fuck yourself.
サトシ君まで苦しめるな。
Don't hurt Satoshi-kun.
一人で苦しんで一人で勝手
You
に死ね。
deserve to die alone.
お前なんか死んでしまえ。
You deserve to die.
That's the tone. That's as close as I can get to it. Whatever. Oh my god.
Baka.
You're your own person. Stick up for yourself, loser. I don't know what I don't know. I'm a public school kid, so this is kind of typical. This is a typical day in the public school. Somebody getting bullied, books are thrown. Nobody learned to shit, books are thrown. That's kind of... Oh, shit.
Her desperate cries only increased my irritation.
泣けばいいと思うな。
Stop crying!
サトシ君にすがれば済むと思うな。
call your brother for help.
甘えるんじゃない。
Stop it.
お前さえいなければ。
If you weren't like that.
お前さえいなければ。
If only you.
Whoa!
I kept on throwing things at her. Satoko curled up to protect herself and cried even harder. At that point, a girl with long hair ran up and huddled over her. I knew who that was. Rika Furude, one of Satoko's only friends.
サトコをいじめないでなのです。
Please, don't hurt her.
サトコはかわいそうなのです。いじめてはダメなのです。
She's in a poor situation, so please, don't hurt her.
かわいそうだから何をしても許されると思ってる。
It doesn't matter how pathetic she is.
かわいそうだからサトシ君に寄りかかってもいいわけ。
She shouldn't rely on Satoshi-kun all the time.
甘やかしてるんじゃないよ。
Stop spoiling her.
こいつがどこまでも甘えてるから。
Satoshi-kun
サト
has...
シ君が辛い思いをしなくちゃなら
She's
ないんだ。
right. I'm gonna ask y'all, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where is it? I don't see it.
It doesn't matter how pathetic she is. She shouldn't rely on Satoshi-kun all the time. Stop spoiling her. Satoshi-kun has to suffer so much because of her.
ダメ
No.
ダメなのです。ダメなのです。
Oh, she's so fucking cute. I hit that joint.
ダメなのです。No. No, stop. No.
No. Stop.
サトコをいじめちゃダメなのです。
Don't hurt her.
Oh, man.
Rika also became the target of my anger.
私はね、その甘えきったサトコの根性を教育してやってんだよ。
I'm trying to teach her something here.
仕上がると、あんたの頭から叩き割れよ。
If you keep getting in my way, I'll crack your head open. I grabbed a chair and lifted it over my head. It wouldn't hurt only a little if I threw this thing at them. Rika tightly closed her eyes and covered Satoko with her body. I didn't care what the consequences would be. I didn't care if I hurt them.
やめて
Oh, great. Here comes the wet blanket.
Stop! みーちゃんみーちゃん
Rena returned to the classroom and shouted at me. Then Satoshi-kun rushed in while pushing Rena aside, seeming to have grasped the situation immediately. He charged straight at me. Until my body hit the locker, I didn't understand what had happened. There was a loud crashing noise, and I'd left a dent in it. I crouched there in pain.
Satoko!
Satoko!
大丈夫か、サトコ。
Are you alright?
ねえねえねえねえねえ
That's all she can say. Oh, whatever. Get over yourself.
Satoko pushed Rika aside, jumped at her brother, and started crying again. Ooh.
どうしたんだよ。一体
What happened?
どうしてサトコが
Why were you treated like that?
サトコが
Why?
私ねはい何もしてないのに何もしてないのに
I didn't do anything but...
ミオンさんがミオン
Oh,
さん
really?
が
Oh, really? Okay. 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 I see. Okay. See, this is why, after a while, I didn't want to be her Nini in the other chapter. Because she's telling lies and being a cunt. She didn't do nothing. Obviously. Oh. Yeah, sure. I did not want to save her anymore. Just being real here. No. Anyway, where were we? I didn't do anything but Myeon-san, she suddenly literally innocent my oh my gosh. Ugh. So I would be the abusive aunt? No. I wouldn't even adopt them. Not her. She's cursed or something. Wait, yeah, according to, the demon, remember? When one of the chapters, we went to their house, the house she shared with Rika. We were looking for them or something, and it was either Mion or Shion, we couldn't tell which, said that Satoko was cursed. Do we think that was Shion? That had to have been Shion now. Now that I think about it, maybe. I forget which chapter it was, but yeah. Cause the animosity, and it like came out of nowhere. Maybe this was the somewhere where it came from. Nice. Anyway. Oh, the whole fucking place is okay. Sure.
16-year-old beats the shit out of the 10-year-old. PTSD psycho sister of her crush in hopes that he'll notice her slam desk.
I don't think she cares at this point, to be honest with you. I think she thinks the love is just over, and she's gonna while out while she can. The blonde should fear the green hair, that's right.
Whoa. What's going on, Mion?
Satoshi-kun shouted at me while clutching his sister. He looked fierce.
どういうことって。私は
I just...
が何をしたよ
What did Satoko do to deserve this?
僕たちが何をしたよ
What did we do?
なんでいつもいじめられなきゃならないんだよ
Why do we always have to suffer like this? Why?
どうしてだよ
Doshite da yo! Why?
He released Satoko and rushed up to me, grabbing me by my neck.
さっきサトシ君は私に自分の胸に聞けって言ったよね。
Hold on, let me grab mine.
You said that I should ask myself, didn't you?
ならサトコの胸に聞いてみりゃいいじゃない。
So, why don't you ask yourself?
何を
Ask what?
サトシ君だって自分で認めてるんでしょ。
I know you feel she's a burden on you.
サトコがあんたにべったり頼ってるからサトシ君の重荷になってるんでしょ。
You always have to suffer because of her. You know that, right?
サトコがもっとしっかりしてればサトシ君がこんなに大変な思いをすることなんてない。
If she were stronger, you wouldn't have to suffer.
そいつが全ての元凶なの。
She's the one to blame. I don't believe what I said was wrong.
Again, I ask you, where's the lie? Where's the lie, bro? Explain it to me, cause I don't see it. Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right. No, I don't think she handled it that well, but where's the lie? I don't think this way makes her any tougher. Just saying. Getting violent is wrong. Well, talk to Yashiro-sama about that before you come at me.
Just talk to Oyashiro-sama. He'll understand. Yeah, violence is wrong, guys. But after hearing it, Satoshi-kun went berserk.
こいついい加減なこと言うんじゃない
What the heck do you know?
Satoshi-kun grabbed my hair and threw me to the wall, just like I did to Satoko. However, I wasn't going to back down. I no longer had control over my emotions at all.
サトシ君 ってサトコを甘やかしすぎてるよ。
You spent so much time protecting
あんた
her.
がそうやって際限なく甘やかすから、そいつはいつまで経ってもあんたにすがってばかりなんだよ。
She'll never stop relying on you until you stop doing that.
お前に僕たちの何がわかる？
What the hell do you know about us?
何がわかるってんだよ！
What the heck do you know?
いや、母さんを村ぐるみで追い詰めて散々いじめて
You persecuted our parents!
そして
And now it's
僕
us!
たちか
Yeah, now it's us?
それが園崎家のやり方なんだろ
That's the way of the Sonozaki family, huh?
Oh, so he just found out about that. I wonder how he found out. Because he was nice to her before. So he must have found out some information. Oh, thank you, Dark Knight and Omididi, for that one gifted membership. Goodbye. So he just found out. Rena not being dead based on that earlier story proves Are You Sure Salmon doesn't kill people? Maybe. Depends. She said she asked for forgiveness. Her being around isn't why he has to suffer. It's the crappy aunt and uncle that are in there. Yes. But
They're not here in front of me. That little brat is, and I'm gonna take care of her.
Okay, where were we?
どこまでも村の裏切り者をいじめ抜く
You torture traitors for fun!
そんなに楽しいかよ
Is it fun?
弱い者いじめがそんなに楽しいかよ
Is it fun bullying us? Huh?
もうやめて。
Stop it!
That was Reina's voice. She stepped in, looking as fierce as a demon.
サトシ君、もうやめてあげて。
Satoshi-kun, please.
みーちゃんに悪気はなかった。
Mi-chan doesn't have any bad intentions.
サトシ君の力になってあげたくて、その気持ちがちょっとずれて空回りしちゃっただけ。
She wanted to help you, but she just lost control a little.
ね。
Okay?
Satoshi-kun looked like he wanted to say something back, but he chose not to.
みーちゃんももうやめて。
You too, Mi-chan.
みーちゃんが誰よりもサトシ君のことを心配してるのは知ってる。
I know how much you worry about Satoshi-kun.
だけれど、こんなやり方はそれの解決にはならない。
But you can't solve the problem like that.
そんなのちょっと落ち着いて考えればわかることだよね。
I think you understand, right?
Since Satoshi-kun didn't say anything, I kept quiet too.
ほら、さとこちゃんも
Here,
お
Satoko-chan.
弁当箱を落としたくらいで泣くことはないよ。
You don't have to cry just because you dropped your bento box. Alright?
落ち着いた？
Do you feel better now? Satoko, 僕がお弁当箱を拾ってあげますよ。
Satoko, I'll pick up the bento for you.
I'll get her out of my face. I will not know.
Rika started picking up the bento box while its owner continued to cry. Yuck.
みんな片付けを手伝ってくれる？
Rena T-poses over the Guys, can you help us clean up?
もうすぐ先生がカレー菜園から戻ってくる頃だよ。
The teacher will be back from the vegetable garden soon.
これでもう喧嘩は終わったから先生には余計なことは言わない。
This quarrel is over, so don't tell her about
いい
it.
ね。
Okay? There's a big dent in the locker where my ass was.
The classmates looked at each other and nodded, then started picking up the stuff on the floor.
はい。
Here,
サトシ君もみーちゃんも仲直りの握手。
Satoshi-kun, Mi-chan, why don't you guys shake hands as a sign of reconciliation? Hora, hora.
ごめん。
Sorry.
こんなつもりじゃなかったのに。
I didn't mean to do this. Tears started to roll down my cheeks again.
僕も
I'm sorry.
悪かった。
悪かった too.
僕たちがいじめられてるのは大人の都合で、
You
ミオ
ha-
ンとは何も関係ないって知
Sir,
ってるはずなのに。
I beg to differ. Well, Mion actually might.
Mion actually might. Now that I think about it. Shion, no. Mion, yes. Mion, yes.
I'm sorry too. You have nothing to do with our family
ご
situation.
めん。
I'm sorry.
さあ、みーちゃんは次にさとこちゃんに謝る。
Mi-chan, you should apologize to Satoko-chan now.
はい。
はい。
I was fine with apologizing to Satoshi-kun, but I didn't want to apologize to her. But the situation wouldn't be settled otherwise, so I reluctantly apologized. Satoko nodded, looking discouraged. After that, Rena let me go. My head ached, so I held it with both hands. What was that? What did I do? I didn't want to use this precious time to fight. Sis had warned me. She told me that I shouldn't talk to Satoshi-kun just like that. What did I come here for? I shouldn't have come here if I knew this was going to happen. Stupid. You're stupid, Shion. I was overcome by emotions because I was so worried about Satoshi-kun. When did things go wrong? Were they wrong from the beginning? I got into a fight with Satoshi-kun. This was totally the opposite of what I wanted. I regretted it. I hated myself for it. I couldn't blame myself enough. My world had been torn apart. I wished the sky would fall and kill me. Sis sounded both amazed and confused.
ただでさえ綿流しの直前でいろいろと忙しいってのに、
You know, I'm busy with the festival preparations.
シオンは話をさらにややこしくしてくれるな。
But you certainly made things more complicated.
ごめん。
Sorry. Sis tried to say something, but she stopped in the middle. After listening to a few complaints, I started telling her about everything that happened today. Sis had to pretend that the trouble I caused today was her responsibility, which must have been very taxing for her.
もう当分は入れ替わる機会はない。
So, I won't get the chance to trade spots for a while?
シオン、あんた、ちょっとは私の迷惑を考えてほしいな。
Hey, I think you should be more aware of the hassle I have to go through.
それは。うん。
Yeah, you're right. Sis had been sympathetic, but maybe I pushed her too far this time. Of course, she'd be hesitant to trade spots, considering what I did today. The atmosphere felt awkward, so we were both silent for a while.
仮にさ、もう一回機会があったとして、
If you were to get another chance,
シオンはどうするの？
what would you do, Shion? That was a reasonable question. I wasn't prepared to answer, though. If I had a chance to go to the school once again and see Satoshi-kun, what would I do? Would I apologize to him about today? I don't think that would work. That might even upset him again, no matter how hard I tried. Okay, here's something that he was saying. It was the Sonozaki family who had been harassing his. It would only be natural for him to hold a grudge against us. But why was he only expressing that now?
That's my question. Thank you for bringing that up. So that means somebody said something to him about that incident involving his parents. Right? His parents off the cliff or whatever. I think his parents were off the cliff. That it was actually some kind of... someone in the village, they decided that his parents need to go. Because they were traitors.
I've been a Sonozaki to him all along. Satoshi-kun stroked my head even though he knew that I was Mion Sonozaki.
おね
Sis,
率直なところサトシ君は園崎家を恨んでるんだよね
do you think that Satoshi-kun is holding a grudge against the Sonozaki family?
だと思う。
I think so, yes. It was our family that initiated the persecution of the Hojo family, making them into scapegoats. Even after the dam conflict, it wasn't easy for the Hojo family to live in Hinamizawa. Given all of that, it was not surprising that Satoshi-kun hates us, the Sonozaki family who put his family in a devastating
で
situation.
もさ
But
だったらなんでなの
why now?
なんで今頃になってなの
Why is he only expressing that grudge to us now?
ん？
なんで今頃になって
Why?
こうなるの
Why is this happening now?
それならいっそ
If he wanted to...
Oh, this is sad. Oh. My favorite girl's crying.
If he had rejected me in the first place, I wouldn't have wanted to get close to him. My tears wet my cheeks. I didn't bother to wipe them. It's only natural for him to hold a grudge against the Sonozakis. There's nothing unusual about it. Rather, why has he been treating me like a friend? I knew how stupid this question was.
サトシが大人だったから
No, I don't believe that.
言え
I
な
don't
いと思
believe
う。
that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I think it was because he was mature.
そんなのってひどいよ
I can't understand it.
Oh no! Oh wait! No! Don't cry! Oh, that's Satoko crying, and I'm like, ugh. But Shion crying, I'm like, You feel nothing? Well, how about you pinch yourself, bitch? I mean, pinch yourself, baka! That's good advice, isn't it? I gotta stop being mean. But that Shion in me. That Shion in me is like, stay away, stay away.
He'd been treating me as a friend because he was mature? But now that he'd become stressed mentally and physically, he's decided to reject me? No matter how hard I thought about it, I couldn't find anything to fault with him. If there was somebody to blame, it'd be somebody I'd never accused before.
なんで鬼ババはサトシ君の一家をいじめようって言い出したわけ
Why? Why did the hag decide to persecute the Hojo family?
あ、
ダムに賛成したのはサトシ君の親でしょ
It was his parents who supported the dam project, right?
サトシ君が賛成していたわけじゃないでしょ
Satoshi-kun had nothing to do with it.
なんで一家丸ごといじめようって話になったの
Why was he included?
どうしてよ
Why? Mion couldn't say anything in return. Actually, it wasn't at all hard to guess the reason. The hag didn't give any specific order to harass the Hojo family. She just thought the Hojo family was getting in the way. The people around her noticed what was bothering her and took steps to get rid of it. Though, of course, she must have known how influential her own words were. She didn't just think it. She gave what she must have known what must have been interpreted as an order. She's the one to blame for initiating the attack on the Hojo family.
前にお姉はフルデの神主さんのことを輪を乱すのは大人じゃないみたいなことを言いましたよね。
You said before that the Furude priest wasn't mature because he didn't cooperate,
つ
right?
まりこれもそういうわけ。
Is this the same scenario?
村中が団結しなきゃならない時に異を唱える北条家は大人じゃなかったと。
The Hojo family wasn't mature because they didn't act in accordance with the other villagers?
だから制裁する必要があったと。
That's why the hag decided to punish them.
そういうわけなんでしょ。
Isn't it? Mion couldn't say anything in return, meaning that my accusation was the truth.
なら制裁は北条の親だけで十分じゃない。
They already punished the Hojo couple.
本家の拷問室にでも連れ込んで指の一本も跳ねてやったらいい。
Feel free to bring them to the torture room in the
で
garden
もそこまでで十分
and
でしょ。
chop their fingers off or something.
サトシ君は関係ない。
But leave Satoshi-kun alone.
サトシ君には何の関係もない。
Satoshi-kun has nothing to do with this.
サトシ君が何をしたっていうの？
What did he deserve? What did he do to deserve this?
サトシ君に何の罪があ
What
る
did
って
he
いう
do
の？
wrong?
答えてよ。
Answer me.
答えてよ、ミ
Answer me, Mion.
オン。
Mion.
はい。
Very well.
ではよろしくお願いいたしますね。
Please take care of the matter.
失礼いたします。
Goodbye.
Ah. She's being watched.
Mion suddenly changed her tone and hung up. She must have done that to escape from my questions. No? Potentially, but no. That doesn't have to be the only reason, but sure. I was furious. I started redialing the number. But then I remembered that we decided she'd hang up the phone after using that phrase when she saw the hag coming. I doubted she actually saw the hag. But it was the rule, so I couldn't call back for a while. I went to the bathroom to wash my face and cool down. I turned the faucet. The water felt lukewarm. It didn't help me cool down at all.
I'm disgusted by my own childishness. I just wanted to fill my void. I didn't care about him. Considering that, Satoshi-kun was very generous, but I don't know if I can forgive Satoko. That's a different story. That's so funny. Oh man, this is so good. Hold on, I'm gonna fix it. She has beef with a kid. I don't give a flying fuck. That kid's annoying, bro. That kid's so fucking annoying. And I liked her chapter the best. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front, but come on, Chief. There's only so much you could rely on your brother for. You see he's dying, right? I wonder... I'm thinking... You're like 11 or younger, Salar. Let me tell you something. This is all fake and gay anyway. This is all fake and gay. They're 11 and abused orphans. Being a crybaby is the least distinct that they'll cope. It's all fake and gay anyway. I will say though, I think she cries wolf a bit too much. And I don't trust it. Because that's what happened in that chapter. And I felt some type of way about that. I don't like that. I don't like false accusations. And then this character like pulls a false accusation on Crab. No, man. No. She's annoying. She's got to go. I mean, she's got to go to bed. Yes. Because she's a kid. stupid freaking family. Stupid annoying. Anyway.
I was looking up at the ceiling with my arms and legs spread out. It's not that I wasn't getting hungry. I didn't live with my parents. I didn't live in the school dorm. That meant I had to cook something myself when I wanted to eat. I knew that, but I still didn't feel like getting up. It had been several days since I began this empty life. It must be tomorrow.
Trust no bish. Sawa-sama 2026.
That's right. I 100%, yeah. I 100%. Imagine having to cook. Yuck. Cooking? I cooked today. I made a potato soup with chicken and kale. And it's so good. And I'm hungry now thinking about it. I also made a cake. But I have to like mess with it to make it into something cool. One of my family members is having a birthday. So I have to like I've been recruited. They recruited me to make it. I just gotta mix it up and make something out of it. We'll see how it goes. I've been volunteered myself, I guess. Anyway, where were we?
It must be tomorrow. The Watanagashi festival, I mean. I heard the doorbell ringing. I ignored it at first, but it rung persistently. I started hearing knocking alongside Kasai's rude voice.
Shion-san.
Shion-san,
いらっしゃるなら開けてください。
please open up.
弁当を買ってきました。
I bought some food for you.
I didn't ask him to. He must have known that I hadn't eaten enough and that I'd been feeling down lately.
やはり食事を取られていませんでしたか。
You haven't eaten, have you?
別に
Betsune, no,
お腹が空いてるわけじゃないし。
I'm not hungry. But when Kasai put the food on the table, my stomach reacted in a very primitive way by making some noise.
You can. Mine is doing the same thing. Oh my gosh, we're twinsies.
Oh my god, we're like such a twinsies. We're both starving. Like, that is so cool.
Yay! Ah.
ほら、お腹が鳴っている。
Your stomach is growling.
食べた方がいいですよ。
I believe you need to eat.
I was hungry, but I had no appetite. I mean, I did have an appetite, but I didn't have the energy to eat. Yet I'd feel bad for wasting the food Kasai had brought. I picked up my chopsticks just to humor him.
最近はばあさんがマークしてるんじゃなかったの？
I thought you were marked by Grandma.
私のとこなんかに来て大丈夫なわけ？
Is it okay for you to be here?
おりょうさんは綿流しの打ち合わせなどでお忙しく、しおんさんのことまでは最近は頭が回らないようでしたので。
Morio-san is busy with the festival preparation meetings. She doesn't seem to have time to deal with you right now.
クリームコロッケは好物ではありませんでし
Didn't
た
you like
か。
croquettes?
うん。美味しいです。
Oishii desu. They're good.
ありがとう。
Arigato. While I nibbled on the food, Kasai read through the magazines I brought.
葛西は、
Have you?
うん。
I never talked to Kasai about something like this before. Since I've always believed myself superior to him psychologically, I hesitated to show my weakness to him.
そういう悩みも年頃にしておくのは悪いもんじゃありませんよ。
That kind of hardship is healthy for your age.
No! He knows! No! Baka.
葛西、あんた、 全部知ってる？
Hey, do you know about that?
ミオンさんから少々
Mion-san told me a little bit about it.
力になってほしいと頼まれました。
She said she wanted me to assist you.
お姉か。
She did she?
心配しておられましたよ、
She looked worried.
ミオンさん。
Your sister is always looking out for you.
Without responding, I threw the last croquette in my mouth.
北条聡君の近況を知りたがっていると思いまして。
I thought you might want to know how Satoshi Hojo-kun is doing. Yes, I do!
少し情報を集めてきましたが、余計なお世話でしたか？
I gathered some information. Would you like me to report? Yes.
余計なお世話です。
No, say yes, baka! Bitch! Yes! Yes! Stupid.
That's not necessary.
でも、せっかく集めてきた葛西の顔を立てるために、まあ一応聞いておきます。
But since you went through all the trouble, I think I'd better listen. Kasai chuckled, but stopped quickly as if thinking it rude.
北条哲平が家を出たらしいです。
It seems that Teppei Hojo fled the premises.
沖宮に実婚の関係の女性がいまして、そこへ転げ込んだようです。
He seems to be staying with a intimate lady friend in
て
Okinomiya.
っぺ？
Teppei?
誰？
Who's that?
ああ、サトシ君のおじか。
Ah, Satoshi-kun's uncle, huh?
家には叔母の北条玉江と北条聡、Satokoの3人となりました。
Their aunt, Tamei Hojo, Satoshi, and Satoko are the only ones living in the house now.
玉江は哲平が別の女性のところへ逃げたのだと気づき、大層機嫌を悪くしたらしいですね。
Ever since Tamei learned that Teppei had fled to another woman, she's been in a foul
って
mood.
ことはあれだ。
So that must mean
ますますおばの里子いびりが加速して、サトシ君もそれのとばっちりで、ますますに苦労してるってことか。
that the aunt is being even nastier to Satoko, and Satoshi-kun is taking even more indirect blows.
サトシ君の方は分かりませんが、Satokoさんの方は近所でも噂になるくらい決して良くはない状況です。
I don't know about Satoshi-kun, but I heard that Satoko-san is in a bad state. The neighbors are spreading rumors about her.
See, this is what I'm talking about. It's not just the aunt or the uncle or whatever. As bad as they are, they're pieces of shit. Satoko doesn't make it easy on herself. Why are the what rumors are the neighbors saying about this? What are they saying? What could they be saying?
If Satoko looks miserable, that means Satoshi-kun must be going through equally miserable torture.
そのおばってなんとか
We
なら
need
な
to
い
figure
の？
out what's going on. We need to do something. Unfortunately, in this timeline, we don't. I don't think we do. This is bad. Rumors are spreading, but nobody does anything. Nobody does anything. We couldn't do anything last time. It's not a hamster! I'm a guinea pig! Boy, 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 boy. Anyway.
Can't you do something about that aunt?
憎き北条家の片割れなわけだから、
Doesn't
その先
anybody
本家で制裁しちゃおうって
That's a good
話には
point.
なってないの？
doesn't anybody talk about punishing her? She's also one of the remaining Hojos after all. The uncle is gone, so why not the aunt?
園崎本家としては、北条夫妻の事故死で一応のけじめがついたので、北条関連では一切手を出すなと言命が出ています。
The main Sonozaki family ruled against further harassment toward the Hojo family after the death of the couple.
夫妻の事故死を疑う警察が北条家近辺を未だマークしているという噂がありますので。
They say the police still might be stalking, staking out their house due to suspicions about the couple's death.
Like, I'm soaking this in and I'm like... Then... What? I don't know about all
事
this.
故死はお社様のたたりってことになってるからね。
Oh, remember when we killed the uncle or whatever? Remember as Keiichi Maribara? Remember when we did that and then somehow in some way he's alive again. Keiichi, the uncle never died.
Excuse me? I remember that shit now. And she lied to me. She lied to me, chat. There's no way. I totally killed that guy, bro.
Oh, hello everybody. Hello. I'm the archer expert. That baka sent you. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Chair raiders. Hold on.
Hello and welcome to Higurashi When They Cry. I've been playing this for over 2 years now.
Yes, 2 years now. It is me, the evilest VTuber that ever VTubed, and I play a lot of VNs. So if you really want to see the story fully, you're gonna have to go through the playlist, which I think is worth it. It's very fun. Except skip the first video, go to the second one, because the first one was just me trying to organize the game because I'm using a mod. But yes, thank you for rating. 140 hours, yes. 140 hours. Oh my god, that's so bad. Roughly summer of 2024, yeah. I will finish Higurashi 2 years. No, I'm gonna finish it this year. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna finish it this year. Don't you worry about that. So you might be lost if you watch this. But oh man, I marathoned it in a month. What? And it's worth it. I'm voice acting everything because I'm a voice actor and this is how I practice on occasion. Read over that codex. I have it, but I don't know if I want to do that because it's even longer. Right? Yeah. But okay, let's get back to this.
Their deaths have been filed under Oyashiro-sama's curse.
神罰が下ったんなら、それ以上は人間が下すまでもないってこと？
So the Sonozaki family thinks no further divine intervention is necessary? Kasai put on a faint smile. Come to think of it, it's not hard to suspect the involvement of the Sonozaki family in all the incidents said to be Oyashiro-sama's curse. Somebody strives to get rid of the hag's concerns on the day of the Watanagashi festival? Furthermore, the Watanagashi festival is going to be held tomorrow. Will the curse strike again this year? If so, who will be the victim? Now that I think about it, there were cases of multiple victims in the past. The first and the third year, it was just one. But the second year, the victims were a couple. So it wouldn't be too strange if 2 people fell victim this year.
Sala, what is your real voice? I have not done that one yet. At least not public. I mean this one! Hi! It's this one! It's the squeakiest, highest one of all! Hood? No, Hood Sour is not my real voice. No. Anyway.
It seems like a good time. It'd be best for Satoko and her aunt to be the victims. Satoshi-kun will be freed from every source of his worries all at once.
葛西、
Kasai,
今年のお社様のたたりの犠牲者は誰かってもう決まってるの？
do you know if this year's victims has been selected already?
決めるのはばあさん。
Does Grandma make the decision?
ならお姉は明日の犠牲者をもう知ってるってことになる
If
な。
so, Sis should know about it by now.
どうなの葛西？
Kasai,
何か聞かされてる？
do you know anything?
シオンさん、私はその件については一切聞かされていません。
Oh, he doesn't? Oh.
Shion-san,
I don't know anything about that matter.
まあそりゃそうか。
Well, that makes sense.
火災ごときの耳に本家の最高機密が入るわけもないか。
That kind of secret won't make its way to you because you're just a small fry.
そういうことです。
That's true.
少なくとも私の関係する界隈ではそういう話は降りてきていません。
I have never received any information regarding that from my connections.
ですが、ご存知の通り、本家は裏の世界の方々に通じます。
But as you know, the Sonozaki family has access to many underground organizations,
私にはその一部を垣間見ることも叶いません。
which I have no channels into.
Obviously.
Gonna owe a lot of taxes this year, so we can only afford 10 an hour of Higurashi RN. Plus a tip,
Oh, that's
grado
okay.
grado.
You don't have to tip, but thank you.
No refunds!
Thank you, baka. Sip, sip. Oh, good night. Somebody has to go to bed.
Go to bed, oh princess.
I love that. There's a Chinese a meme of General Patton, of some guy dressed up like General Patton, and he's like,
Go to bed.
hold on.
Go to bed, princess. Oh, go to sleep. You're so sleepy. You're so sleepy.
Oh, is it General MacArthur? I need to go look at it again. Probably is MacArthur.
Go to sleep.
I don't want to go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed. I want to stay awake and bake cookies with you.
Oh, too bad we're not making cookies. Loser, go to bed. Don't worry, the VOD will be here. You won't, though. Anyway, where were we?
Maybe I should try asking Sis about it. But she won't talk. She's strict about keeping promises, unlike me. If the hag told her to keep a secret, she'd take it to her grave. Damn.
今年の綿流しで、おばとさとこが消えちまえばいいのにな。
Damn. I hope Satoko and her aunt will go missing this year.
葛西、私は憂慮したよ。
Hey, Kasai. I just thought of that.
気を利かせてくれると嬉しいんですけど。
Aren't you gonna do something about it?
シオンさん、ご冗談を。
Shion-san, you must be joking.
わーってるって。言
Yeah.
ってみただけだって。
I'm just kidding. I took a glimpse at Kasai. It didn't look like he was actually going to do something to make my wish come true. I wasn't able to go to the villages myself. So I definitely wasn't going to the festival. I didn't care about that. Even so, I was interested in who was going to end up as the victim of the curse. If I just kept lying on this couch, playing hooky, somebody would fall victim in several hours. I had no clue why it had to happen every year. But I was certain that the hag was behind it. All the enemies from the dam conflict had been punished. Only the Hojo couple was left, since most of the other enemies had already been gone. The cicadas were crying loudly outside. It made me feel hot. Why was it this hot and humid in June? If Oyashiro-sama was actually punishing people, I'd pray for one thing. I'd pray that evil aunt would be punished. And I'd offer up Satoko as a sacrifice. It's hot.
She's so evil. I love it. I love it. You guys underestimate her. You guys think she's so bad. But that's what I love about her. I love the evil ones.
When I woke up, Kasugi had already gone. Looks like he cleaned the table and the surrounding room. He put my dirty laundry in the hamper in front of the washing machine, too. Being a girl of a sensitive age, I didn't want a man to clean my room. Well, I'd rather thank him than badmouth him. I looked at the clock. It was late afternoon. I had to go grocery shopping. There was nothing left in the fridge. And I'd be having just rice for dinner if I didn't go. At that moment, the phone rang. It must be Kasai, I thought. I did hope it was him. He could have brought more food, so then I wouldn't have to go shopping. Well, I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like going out at all. But it wasn't Kasei on the phone.
Who do we think it is, chat? Should I stop it here? Should I leave us on a cliffhanger? Should I leave us here on a cliffhanger? Am I that evil? Am I? I've had to think about it. Am I that evil? Because my voice is kind of like, bah, 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 bah. I claim to be the evilest. I wish I would. I wish I could be the best I could be. But sometimes I look at other VTubers and I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I wish I could be the best vague poster too, but it's so difficult. These VTubers know how to vague post. They just vague post breathing. For real bit? Oh, I'm gonna end it here. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out and donating. And we will play Higurashi next week. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me save this here. Let me go to the menu. Oh god, she actually did. Yes, I did. Save. Save. Yes. But it wasn't Kasei on the phone. Who could it have been? Let me know in the comments. And I will go. Bye-bye. I'll send you somewhere nice, okay? Okay, you be good over there. You be good. Or else.
Or else something bad'll happen to you. Or your Shiro-sama will find you. Ooh, aren't you scared, Chad? Aren't you so scared?
I would be. Freaking creep. Are you Shiro-sama? Just standing next to you. Are you sleeping? What a weirdo. What a weird. What a weirdo. Where should I send you? No, people are playing Backrooms. I'm gonna send you to the people playing the Backrooms game. Okay? Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Slash bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Baka.